today I wanted to focus on the lower back and any sort of lower back pain, and particularly the SI joint. And we're going to start nice and easy by just coming onto our back and hugging that right knee in towards us. And then we close our eyes. And we take a few deep breaths. And as we breathe in and out, we want to feel the stomach expand against that leg and then fall. And let that breath expand the whole of the upper body. The rib cage, the chest, you might feel your lower back on the ground, and you might feel some movement there as well. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale we're going to bring that right knee over to the left into markatasana, into that gentle supine twist. And we can reach that right arm to the right, we can do with that right arm whatever we want, just making sure the right shoulder is on the ground. And we can use that left hand to gently push down the right knee. Now focus on your breath here. Keep it slow and steady. Deep and relaxed. Notice that breath in your nostrils. Not just in the upper body, maybe also in the back of your throat. We take 3 deep breaths here. In and out. Nice and slow. After your third exhalation, slowly come onto your back again. So really take your time here. And take a moment to hug that right knee in towards you again. Back of the head firmly on the ground. Good, and from here we bring the peace fingers of the right hand around our big toe, and we flex our right foot and raise it towards the ceiling while pushing that right knee down. And now it's that left hand that can be idle. You might want to bring it onto your left hip. And another chance for us to just observe the breath. The nice thing about observing the breath is that the moment we do that, it just naturally becomes deeper. Because our mind is not distracted by lots of thoughts. We can use that right arm to push the leg out a little bit further. If any of this is too much, you can always bring that left foot onto the ground as well, rather than stretching it out. Just feeling a slightly deeper stretch here in the inner thigh. we'll take just 2 more deep breaths in through the nose. And now slow down your exhalation. Just let the breath go as slowly as you can. Inhale again. And slowly exhale. And then as you exhale, slowly release that foot. Bring it down. And keeping your buttocks firmly on the ground, keeping that hip of the right very, very heavy, just gently push your right knee over to the left. So we're not raising the hip, we're not raising the butt cheek off the ground. It is, of course, a little bit off the ground because we're bending that leg. It's really just keeping ourselves heavy here on the right. And we release. Good. And we stretch that right leg away from us. And we bring the left knee in towards us. And as before, with that knee so close to the chest, we'll make sure that we're very aware of the stomach and the rib cage, of course, as well, expanding and contracting. So feeling that expansion against the thigh. Right leg is completely relaxed. We keep taking those unrushed breaths into the body. And then from here, take another deep breath in. On the exhale, slowly take that left knee over to the right. Turn your head to the left. And then decide where your left arm is most comfortable. No right or wrong, just make sure that left shoulder stays on the ground. And if you feel like observing your breath a little bit more, using the hand, feeling that rise and fall, then you can bring the hand onto your waist as well. Left hand onto left waist. And just give yourself time here in this stretch. So we're really holding for long enough to go into the fascia, into our connective tissue, but also to make sure that we're warming up our muscles slowly, that we're completely safe, and that we're in control of what's going on here. So any pain, any discomfort, anything that's not good for our body, we can immediately spot and then stay away from that particular deep stretch. Maybe just release a little bit. A few more breaths here. And then very slowly, taking all the time that you need, come onto your back, roll yourself back onto the back, hug that left knee in towards you, just like you did before. Feeling your quad here. Feeling the back firmly on the ground, shoulder blades nice and soft here on the mat. And then use the peace fingers of your left hand to grab hold of your left big toe. Flex the foot, reach it up towards the ceiling, and then push that knee down towards the armpit. And again, that right hand can just gently rest on the right hip if you like. You can bring it down onto the ground. Just see what's comfortable for you. And if this isn't comfortable and you feel you're rising in your hip, right foot comes firmly onto the ground. So this really is a pose that we can adapt in any way that's comfortable for us. And we want to adapt to make sure that wherever we are now, we can hold for a little bit longer, a couple of minutes or so. And just let that stretch unfold. Tension and tightness. These things take a little bit longer to actually release because they've accumulated over time. So any pain can't just release from one moment to the next, and we'll give it that time. Just a few more breaths here, slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out. And if we want, for those few breaths we still take here, we can push that left arm into the left leg, just going deeper into the adductor. Last deep breath in, and we exhale and release. Hug that knee back in towards you. Back of the head firmly on the ground. Good, and then we're going to do the other side again. So twisting by bringing that right knee on top of the left and bringing that right foot underneath the left if that's comfortable. Now that left foot comes down onto the ground to the outside or just to the edge of the mat, so the right side of the mat. Hips follow while the shoulders stay where they are. And from here, slightly deeper twist now, we're going to drop the knees to the left and turn the head to the right, relaxing the shoulders, doing with the arms whatever we feel is most comfortable. And now we take deep breaths into the right side of the body. We feel a stretch in the lats here, of course. This is not just for the lower back. A nice heart opener as well. Keep every breath you take completely relaxed and slow. No one rushing your breath. And we'll stay for another minute or so. And if you're taking nice and slow and unrushed breaths, then it might be about 6 breaths here. You can count them if you like. Slow down your exhalations. I'm going to take a last slow breath in. We take our time exhaling, and then slowly pushing that right hip to the right again, raising the knees and coming back onto our back. We stay with this side for another stretch, sucirandhrasana, bringing the right ankle onto the left knee, and we gently push that knee away from us. Now we can stay here if we like, but I would suggest we go a little bit further, grabbing hold of the left knee or just behind the leg here. You can add a hamstring stretch if you like, flexing both feet, or just flex that right foot and relax the left leg, holding on to the shin. See what's comfortable here. Keep your arms, your shoulders, and your back completely comfortable. You want that connection with the ground. And then we close the eyes. We just relax. Taking deep breaths into the body. As a way to concentrate us, but also to calm our nervous system, to engage the vagus nerve and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. We can count to 3 on the inhale and to 6 on the exhale, just to make sure we're really prolonging those exhalations. And letting the rest and digest system kick in like that. We can pull as much or as little as we like here, just making sure the shoulders aren't under any strain or tension. Of course, opening at the hip here, nicely, gently, very much in control. And without any rush, release that left foot to the ground. Take a moment to stretch out that right leg just towards the ceiling, and you can hold on underneath the leg, maybe moving into the ankle a bit. And as we're doing these ankle rolls, we'll feel that we're also engaging the top of the foot and the arch of the foot. And we'll feel this in the top front of the leg and the back of the leg. And then we just bring that foot down. And we're ready for the other side, starting with markatasana, left knee on top of the right. Optionally bringing that left foot underneath the right leg or ankle. And then from here, shoulders stay as they are. Hips move over to the left. That right foot slides to the left. And we take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we drop our knees to the right and we turn the head to the left. Again, arms can do whatever they want. You can do these little cactus arms where the elbows are in line with the shoulders and the palms are open, arms at a 90-degree angle. If you've got enough space, you might enjoy just stretching the arms away from you here. So whatever works for you, really. As long as that left shoulder is firmly grounded, we're doing everything right. And we're not overstretching here either. We're completely comfortable. We're just doing what feels good, and we're staying here to just let the stretch go a little bit deeper and deeper, just by itself. As before, you can come back to that ratio of breathing in for 1 and out for 2. Maybe starting to inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. Just slowing down both the in and the exhalation. Relax the arms. We're relaxing the hips here as well. Every part of our body is allowed to relax. We're not contracting these muscles, we're releasing. We're Feeling the muscle fibers stretch. You might feel the connective tissue being stretched as well. Now from here, take another deep breath in. Really take your time. And on the exhale, slowly raise the knees. Push that left hip to the back. Take care to do this slowly. We don't want to hurt ourselves. Then that right foot comes back into the middle. Hips come back into the middle. And we slide that left ankle on top of the right knee. Gently push the knee away from you. If this is all that you can do, stay here and maybe just use that left hand to push the knee away. If you feel you're comfortable enough to go deeper, hold on to the back of the right leg. Maybe add a hamstring stretch here, maybe even flexing your right foot, or just flex that left foot and hold on to your right shin. And then we can pull that leg in towards us for a deeper stretch. We can hold higher or lower on that leg. And we make sure that that left knee is pushing away, nice and gently, of course. Shoulder blades still completely relaxed and soft here on our mat. And we close the eyes and we let the breath come and go. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then as another concentration exercise, it's actually much harder than we think it should be. We're going to follow each breath from the nostrils down to the back of the throat, to the chest and rib cage and stomach rising, and feel that sensation in those parts of the body. And on the exhale, follow that breath as it makes its way out through the nostrils, in through the nose, and all the way down, out, just following the breath each step of the way. It's natural for our mind to go on a little journey elsewhere, wander away from the breath and to maybe tomorrow's plans or what we did today. Let's try and stay with that breath just for a little bit longer until the end of this pose. Trying not to get bored by staying here, or frustrated that our mind keeps walking away. That's just what it is. We take a last conscious deep breath in, and we exhale and release. Take your time here. And then take a moment to hug both knees in towards you. You can rock from side to side. You can even raise your head off the ground if that's comfortable. Good. And then we slowly come onto the front of the body. All the way onto the front of the body. And we start by reaching that left arm all the way to the left so that the hand is in line with the shoulder. And we're going to come, I'm just going to demonstrate, onto the left side of the body, and we'll hold on to our right foot for a quad stretch. If you feel that you're a little bit unbalanced, you can bend your left leg so that you're more balanced. And if you feel you'd like to do a little bit more here. You can bring that arm into a 90-degree position, elbow in line with the shoulder, and then hand goes up. And that's going to do a little bit more here for your pecs and for that arm being stretched. So decide where you want to be, where you're comfortable, and then stay and breathe. Now count your next 6 deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, very slowly release and come onto the front of the body. We bring our left hand in towards us and bring that right arm all the way to the right. Again, you've got that option of bending the arm if you want a little bit more of a stretch. Just make sure that if you've got that arm straight, that the hand is in line with your shoulder. And then we're going to grab hold of the left leg, stretching into our quads here. Very good for the SI joint. Good, and take your first few moments in a pose to just make sure you're actually comfortable, because we're staying for long enough to make this become something that could be painful, that you'd want to change. It's always best to stay in the pose that we started with. We take deep breaths. We can focus on breathing into that openness here of the chest. Shoulder blades squeeze. And keep our head relaxed. Check on your neck muscles, making sure no tension creeps up there. And we take another 3 deep breaths, completely unrushed, in through the nose, out through the nose. Slowing down the exhalation. Good. And on your next exhalation, whenever that is for you, slowly release and come onto the front of the body. Now take your time here and slowly bring your forearms onto the ground, elbows in line with your shoulders. And we're going to look to the front and we're going to push the chest to the front, pushing the shoulders to the back. We might feel like staying here. If you do want more, rise up onto the hands, just the hands, but don't let the shoulders come forwards. You want to feel this in your lower back. So seal or sphinx, both absolutely fine. Remember, we'll be holding for longer than in hot yoga. So just stay where you're comfortable. And if you feel that it's too much to look to the front, you can drop the chin to the chest as well. You can close the eyes. We'll stay here for just a minute or so. Deep breaths. Completely relax the legs here. They don't have to do anything. They're just getting heavy here on your mat. There's little tricks of how we can release control, that control that we just don't need to have over the body. It's just consciously relaxing and softening. And from here, slowly come down, bring the hands next to your chest and push yourself into child's pose. Just stretching out the spine here as well. So really stretching the arms to the front, but take care to keep your forearms on the ground so that the shoulders are relaxing. They're allowed some relaxation here. We take a few deep breaths, and we don't just take those into the belly. I want you to feel those in your back. So feel that expansion going on there every time you inhale. And then slowly come up onto all fours. We're going to walk the hands a little bit further forwards. And then from here, bring that left knee to the front, just to the outside of that left hand. We're going to drop that right leg as low as we can, so not coming into a pigeon. We want to stay nice and high here, facing the front. So just deepening that stretch we did just now, not just an arch, but having that left knee nice and far forwards here to work a little bit deeper into any release around the muscles of the sacroiliac joint. And we keep our shoulders completely relaxed here. Don't again sink into the shoulders. We want to feel this in the lower back, and we are doing this for the lower back. We take deep breaths into the belly. Maybe feeling a deep stretch in the right side of the body here as well. Nice and proud chest, just like we would be in a seal. And we take those deep breaths into the back as well. We need those breaths just to make sure that we're not contracting any muscles we don't want to contract here. We want to stay as relaxed as we can, and the moment we're constricting the breath, we're not relaxing anymore. Good. Now from here, look to the left, straighten that left leg to the back. And from here, if it's easier, raise the hips and then bring that right leg forward. Right knee guiding the weight to the outside of that right hand. We stretch that left leg out. Just doing the other side. If anything feels different here, feel free to adjust the pose a little bit. Don't think you need to go as deep just because the other side was that deep. We're working with a living, breathing body here. We're not robots, so we just give ourselves that little bit of freedom, flexibility. Arms stay strong, shoulders stay strong. We don't want to sink down in any way here. We take deep breaths into the body. In and out through the nose. I promise the arms are going to get a rest after that. Good. Now nice and slowly turn your gaze to the right, open up to the right, send that right leg to the back. Take another moment now to keep the hands on the ground, straighten the arms, keep your pubic bone heavy here. So if you need to, bring the hands further forwards. If you can, walk the hands further in, just for a couple of breaths here. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale all the way. And on the exhale, we push into the hands and we push ourselves into child's pose. Knees together, feet together. Stretch out the arms, stretch out the spine. Then we slowly come up and onto our back again. And we can come into a supported hip bridge or into a hip bridge where we're keeping ourselves up. So supported hip bridge, we're just going to grab ourselves blocks or books. So I'm right at the source here. This block can be as high as you want it to be, or you can keep it as low as you want it to be, but it goes underneath your coccyx, your tailbone. And for those with SI joint pain, we're not going to come into a supported hip bridge. We're going to keep the hips high here, and we keep pushing ourselves up, and we push the knees together. So I want you to have the feet and knees about hip distance apart, but gently push the knees together, creating resistance with your own body here. Just engaging the glutes here, and quads of course as well. And that's really only if you want an active pose and you want to do something nice for your SI joint. Otherwise, very welcome to prop as many books or blocks underneath you as you can as we stay here and breathe. Just a few more breaths. When I say a few, why don't we make it 6? And let's make those slow and steady. In for 3, out for 6. And you should be able to see your belly here. Really watch the belly expand on the inhale. And then fall on the exhale. And that same thing, of course, goes for the rib cage and the chest. Watch that expansion and contraction rather than just feeling it. Good. And we take a last deep breath in. On the exhale, we push the hips a little bit higher, release the blocks or books from underneath you, and slowly come down onto your back. And again, nice and slowly, take your time here. Bring the knees in towards you. Very gently rock from side to side. Keep your lower back firmly on the mat. Feel a little massage here that you're giving yourself. Good, and then into a full ananda balasana or happy baby to end with. Grab hold of the big toes, or if you want, use the palm of the hand to touch the sole of the foot and then push down from here. And the arms are on the inside of the legs. Knees nice and heavy, and flex feet reaching up to the sky. And our shoulder blades completely relaxed and soft. And breathe all the way in. And all the way out. And we let the eyelids get heavy. Eyes closed and relaxed. Eyebrows and forehead relaxed. Our temples and jaw and cheeks, every part of our face is allowed to relax here. Tongue is hanging loose. Lips may be slightly apart. But we still feel the breath in the nostrils as it goes in and out. And the stomach and chest and rib cage expand as we inhale. Contract as we exhale. And as we exhale, we relax the arms and shoulders. Everything's getting heavy here. The whole back is firmly on the ground. Our upper body is heavy. The legs are soft and not resisting this stretch. We relax all the way into the tips of the fingers. All the way into the tips of the toes. We take a last deep breath in, and on the exhale, we release the feet. Take a moment to hug the knees in towards us. And then bring the soles of the feet firmly onto the ground. Reach the arms up over the head. Stretch out. Point the fingers. Maybe raising that lower back off the ground, shifting the hips from side to side if you like. And then when you're ready, drop onto the right side of the body and slowly up to seated. And to end, we're going to come into a cross-leg position. We take a deep breath in and raise the arms and look up. And we exhale and bring the hands to the heart center. Thank you very much.